these next two poems, you know, over the last maybe 3 years, I have become absolutely an incredible fan of a late-night radio show called Coast to Coast, which is on very late at night, and it deals with things paranormal. It deals with, you know, alien abduction, and UFOs, and conspiracy theories. So I'm crazy about it. I love it. And I've often found that after I wake up in the morning after hearing one of these shows, there's a poem has found its way into my head, and it'll be based on something that I heard the night before. So I put together, that was happening and happening and happening, and I ended up with a book of all these poems. And the book is called Late Night Radio. And I'll read you a couple of poems for a minute. The first one is called Unidentified Flying Objects. Ageless in the dark, a young woman is enthralled by the paranormal, as if it were next to her in bed. She longs for a ghost story of her own, some strange thing to mull over in her insomniac hours. The radio says they're coming for all of us in the dark. They'll come in their silver cylinders, their silver suits. Their huge black eyes will stare through us. Ageless in the dark, she hollows out a space in her heart for these great-eyed creatures. They are far from sleep as she is, intrigued by the dark as she is, foreign as she is, and still they are untroubled. She is not. The radio ups its own volume. In just a minute, you'll hear the sounds of an actual UFO landing and the cries of those watching it. She waits through a commercial, and another, and still another, waiting for sounds she'll never hear. This next one is called Shadow People. I don't know if any of you are into this stuff, but shadow people, sometimes people say that out of the corner of their eye or in the nighttime of their bedroom, they see the outline of a person. It's all filled in dark, and you can't see features, you just see this outline of a person, and they call those shadow people. I have revised every thought I've had, have been undone by tons of meanness. I've known loneliness as a shaft of gloaming coming through the kitchen window, and I've dreamed the same huge house dream, watched it fill with figures and fragments which were darker than the dark. Darker than dark, the sorrows we must all have coming. I told my lover this. I wanted someone to share my guilt at being human and vengeful. The further we burrowed into ourselves and each other, the more guilty I ought to have felt. There should have been feud moments, thick as thumbs. But I didn't say that. Here's what I know. Love, death, sex, money, precious stones, and the right numbers all serve the same purpose. They're just matches, a full book of matches in your pocket, on your nightstand, waiting to strike first light on that fearsome blackness, whatever its name.